All right, so this is going to be a piano version of Tears for Fears because I'm going to use it just to kind of talk about some concepts about how to improvise, change things around, and why, quote unquote, you got more leniency with music than most people think, I think. Again, assuming you're not like going into a studio recording where someone has hired you to play something specific and you got to do whatever, but like talking about it from a casual point. So Tears for Fears. I'm going to go through that whole tune again. So, but faster. That little opening riff is F sharp, A, and B. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here's a nifty thing about the piano is that, so now we got two other parts to try to pull in. We got the bass line, whichever D it's on. But then we also got this other guitar part. So we had G string and B string, 2nd fret, and then we went back to open. So let's start with that, why not? The bassist is playing a D. Now talking about, let's say, if we say we modify this, let's say I take that note and pass it into my other hand. And obviously, like now, this has had a good deal of practice. You know, I've played piano for a hot minute, but this is about how you can take the simple concepts of, you know, the verse part on the piano is this: C sharp and A, down to G and B. There you go. You learned the verse. You got the riff. There you go. You learned the riff. The bass line for the verse. D. There you go. You learned the bass line. But I mean, if we're gonna play it, you gotta get that, you know, whatever. Gotta get that. So, but let's talk about how we can mix and match. So I'll try to take that bass line, throw it up here. So this hand's open. You can kind of mix and match things. For me personally, like if I go to sing the song and play it, I can't carry all those rhythms plus then sing. So I kind of like, I'll carry this kind of flow, and I'm just using a D and a D in my left hand. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Ba, ba, ya, ya, da, 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 da. Chorus. So now let's take a second. I said you got open E string, the low one. Which I'm curious here. Which E is this exactly? It might be down there. But, okay. Anyway, we got our open E down here, then there's another E. I'm gonna play it higher so you can see, I'll see it better though. So we got our high E string. We got our low E string. There's another E in the middle. We got our B string right here. So like, we can talk about how the chorus, this is all I wrote down on that sheet from the other video. Acting on your, let's go with the low note. Up to F sharp, 2nd fret. Best behavior, up to G. Turn your back on, back to F sharp, Mother Nature, back to E, F sharp, G, A, back to the other part. But we could do the same thing on the top hand. Acting on your 2nd fret, quote unquote. Best behavior, go up 1 fret. Acting, da da ya da 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 da. If you want to play the full chords, real quick. Now, Here's a concept on chords. So we have E minor, which is E, B, and G, E, G, and B. Now this is E minor. If I take the E and put it over here, that's still E minor. Let's put in another E. That's still E minor. Let's throw in another B right here. That's still E minor. Let's throw in another E right here. That's still E minor. Let's throw in another B right here. As long as all I play is E, G, and B anywhere on the piano, anywhere in the band, it's just E minor. Doesn't change until we add another note. We can add as many E's. Oops. Like, technically, if I hit all those at the same time, other than that was the wrong one, but if I hit all those at the same time, that would still just be an E minor chord. So you can take all these notes, the E, G, B, space them out however you want. Acting on we get F sharp minor, F sharp, A, C sharp, best behavior, G major, G, B, D. Turn your back on F sharp minor, Mother Nature, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, A, C sharp, and E, wants to rule the, and then we're back to the other part. So now we come around to the bridge part. That third fret of E is just a G. And I really don't know what this part of the song does. I don't know if there's other instrumental stuff that's going on. I just play everything as power chords right here. But we got G. Add a D if you want. There's a room where the... Now we go to D. Light won't. And then we go to A. Find you. Back to G. The room where the la ba ba da G again, and a D and a A and a G, and that loops around the 4 times or 3 times, however many exactly. If you want to spice it up to play a power chord on the piano, if you're playing the G, you're gonna play D. There's a room where the... Now we go to D. Play an A with it if you want. Light won't. And then we go to A. Play an E with the A. Light won't find you. G again, then to D and A and G. Ba ba da da da. D and A and. But again, with G, we have a D. There's a room. With D, we have an A. With A, we have an E. And the last bit, the solo part, all that is a D major scale. So you go from D up to D, but instead of F and C, we're going to use the sharps. Oops. Going back to the guitar video, if you checked that out, bassists, you're hanging out on B, and then C, and then B, and then C, and then G, and then A. And it goes like this. And then we're back into the chorus, or verse, or whatever. But anyway, yeah, it's just a little kind of crash course on, these are the parts on the piano. You can hear the same song, you know. Everything that I teach can be crossed into other instruments, and the idea of how you can take different parts, move them around, pass it up, make it your own, have fun with it. Good luck.